Hey, Alice here from Mindful Sales Training. Welcome back. The question I'm going to answer for you today, I forgot. No, it's this. How long should I chase a prospect before giving up? If you ask that question, I would like to challenge you to ask a different question. Why? Because if you continue chasing a prospect, I'll give you an example. When I was writing my book last year, there was one guy who he was a graphic designer, an illustrator, and we had an initial chat about him doing some illustrations for my book. And so he'd get in touch, and I said, I'm not ready yet. I've only just started the outline. And then he got in touch 2 months later or 3 months later. He emailed me saying, are you done yet? Are you ready to see some samples? And then, no, not yet. I kind of procrastinated and delayed it a bit. So what he'd do, he'd get back in touch, he'd email me every month and ask me, am I ready to buy yet? Am I ready to buy yet? Am I ready to buy from him yet? Am I ready to hire him yet? And it got to the point where when I saw his email, I was like, it had this kind of visceral feeling of, I felt bad, like, I don't want to say no to him. And so all it does is just creates an emotion of negativity around him and his brand. And it's a shame because, he's really good at what he does. But got to remember that I love this Maya Angelou quote, people don't remember what you say and what you did, they remember how you make them feel. So he was making me feel really uncomfortable. And then I ended up saying no 6 months' time. So that's typically what people do. They'll get back in touch. Are you ready? Are you going to buy from me yet? Will you buy from me yet? Will you buy from me yet? And it just leaves people feeling uncomfortable. However, had he done this approach, he knew I was writing a book, right? He knew other people who'd written books. And it's the first time I was writing a book. And what I would have really valued immensely was if he had connected me with someone who'd maybe done it before and could maybe give me some shortcuts. Say, hey, I know this person, they've done it, and I'm sure they'd be happy to have a chat with you to give you some tips. Oh, wow, I would have thought, oh, wow, that's really useful, thank you. So he didn't have to go out of his way to do anything, he didn't have to go and create anything, he didn't have to give anything away for free. He just had to tap into what he already had to add value. So the question I'd ask you, to challenge, to shift your perspective, instead of how many times should I follow up, the question you should ask is, how should I follow up? When you continue to follow up by giving, by adding value, then there's no end. Because all the people you meet, all the prospects, all the people you meet out there, right? Some are ready to buy from you immediately, some might not buy until 3 months, some 6 months, and some a year's time. I mean, that graphic guy, he doesn't contact me anymore, right? But had he found a way to continue keeping in touch, then when I'm writing my second book now, I could have reached out to him, right? So it's about how should you follow up? How should I follow up? So think about how you can add value and serve to continue to make sure that they associate positive emotion with you and that you're there to help them, that you're genuinely there to help them and not just to sell to them. Okay? Instead of asking, how many times should I follow up before giving up? The question is, how should I follow up? All right? So that's your tip for today. This is Anis Kizilbash from Mindful Sales Training. Don't forget, this is day 2 of 30 days. So if someone shared this with you, subscribe because there's more to come. And also, please share it. Please share it, sharing it with anyone who you think would get value from this. And also, if you have a question or a comment, in the comment below, if you're on YouTube, go over to my website, mindfulsalestraining.net, and write in the comment box below. If you have a question, ask me because there'll be a lot more. I'll probably answer it in the coming days. Thank you for listening. Anis Kizilbash from Mindful Sales Training.